Most people are trying to change themselves while staying in the exact same environment that made them weak. They want discipline, but they sleep beside distractions. They want success, but they surround themselves with people who settle for average. They want confidence, but every day they return to places that remind them of who they used to be. Then they wonder why nothing changes. Listen carefully. You are stronger than your circumstances, but you are not stronger than your environment forever. Eventually, whatever surrounds you begins to shape you. A seed can have perfect potential, but planted in poisoned soil, and it never becomes the tree it was created to be. The problem isn't always the seed. Sometimes, it's the ground. Think about a soldier preparing for battle. He doesn't train in comfort. He trains in conditions harder than the war itself. Mud, rain, cold, exhaustion. Why? Because environment creates instinct. When the real battle begins, his body responds automatically. Your daily surroundings are training you too. Every conversation, every habit, every notification, every room you spend your time in, they're all teaching you something. The only question is, what are they teaching? Imagine two fires. One is surrounded by dry wood. The other is surrounded by water. Which one survives? Fire doesn't burn because it wants to. It burns because its environment allows it to. Your ambition works exactly the same way. If every day you're surrounded by negativity, excuses, complaints, comfort, don't be surprised when your motivation slowly disappears. Environment always wins eventually. Look at an eagle. It doesn't build its nest at the bottom of the valley where every predator can reach it. It builds high above the cliffs. Its surroundings protect its future. You have to become just as intentional. Maybe the first thing you need to change isn't your goals. Maybe it's your circle. Because energy is contagious. Spend enough time around people who complain. You'll start complaining. Spend enough time around people who chase excellence. Eventually, mediocrity becomes uncomfortable. The people around you quietly decide what feels normal. That's dangerous. A lion raised among sheep may forget how powerful it is. Not because its strength disappeared, because its environment convinced it to live smaller than its nature. How many dreams have been buried simply because someone listened to people who had already quit on themselves? Protect your mind. Not everyone deserves access to your vision. A blacksmith doesn't forge steel in cold air. He places it inside fire. Heat changes the metal. Pressure shapes it. Without the right environment, the transformation never happens. Growth requires the right conditions. Your room matters. Your phone matters. The content you consume matters. The music you listen to matters. The conversations you tolerate matter. Everything is feeding your identity. Slowly. Quietly. Every single day. Most people think discipline is about having more willpower. Sometimes, it's simply about removing temptation. If junk food fills your kitchen, you'll eventually eat it. If your phone sits beside your bed, you'll eventually scroll it. If distractions surround you, you'll eventually become distracted. Stop making every decision harder than it needs to be. Design your environment so success becomes the easier choice. Imagine climbing a mountain carrying unnecessary weight. Halfway up, you're exhausted. Not because the climb is impossible, because you've been carrying things you should have left behind. Old habits, old friendships, old routines, old beliefs. Not everything belongs on the next chapter of your journey. Some things have to stay at the bottom of the mountain. Storms reveal another truth. The strongest tree isn't simply the one with the deepest roots. It's also the one planted in the right place. Roots matter. So does soil. Stop blaming yourself for struggling in places that were never helping you grow. Sometimes courage isn't trying harder. Sometimes courage is walking away. Walking away from toxic environments. From conversations that shrink your vision. From routines that drain your energy. From places where the old version of you feels comfortable. Every step away is a step toward the person you're becoming. One day, people will tell you that you've changed. Smile. They're right. You're supposed to. Because the version of you that keeps accepting average cannot create an extraordinary life. You don't become successful by accident. You build an environment where success becomes inevitable. Imagine a gardener. He doesn't yell at the flowers to grow faster. He waters them, removes the weeds, protects the soil, creates the right conditions. Then nature takes over. That's your job too. Stop trying to force greatness while living in an environment that feeds weakness. Change what surrounds you. And eventually, you'll change what lives inside you. Your standards will rise. Your habits will improve. Your confidence will grow. Not overnight, but day after day. Choice after choice. Environment after environment. Until one morning, you look back and barely recognize the person you used to be. That's how transformation happens. Not through one giant decision, but through hundreds of small choices that quietly reshape your world. So if your life isn't changing, don't just ask, what do I need to do? Ask something even more powerful. What do I need to change around me? Because the life you want may already be waiting on the other side of a better environment. If this message lit a fire in you, then it's time to act. Drop this in the comments right now. I choose an environment that builds greatness, so that I know you stayed all the way till the end, and you will build a life that pushes you to become your strongest self.